and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. Well, it's not really an episode, it's just a straightforward video. Welcome back to another video with me, Vanillaraccoon. So for those of you who may or may not know, I recently purchased through Amazon a quadcopter, which is a beginner's model, and it is the Syma S as in Sergeant, Y as in yes, M as in Mercury, A as in Ariel. I purchased the beginner's model, which is a Syma X5C. And for those of you who may not know, if you don't follow my vlog series, which is called Vanilla's Vlog, I ran into some trouble after getting this quadcopter, and I named it Ariel, and Ariel was stuck in a tree. But while she was stuck in a tree, I also had a second quadcopter of the same model coming to me in the mail, because I had prepared in the event that something were to happen to this first quadcopter that I would need a backup one. And I'm just going to state this right now. I am using the camera on my quadcopters for photography and video, YouTube content obviously, purposes, and for nothing else. I know there's a lot of issues going on in regards to quadcopters and everything, and I have looked up the state laws and everything. Well, basically any law that would involve a quadcopter or aerial drone. Quadcopter is the proper term. So yeah, I've researched, I've memorized all the laws, well not all but most of them, some of them I may have to look up. But anywho, you guys, let's get this unboxing of the second quadcopter undergoing. I got a pair of scissors. Remember, when handling scissors, you never want to poke them at someone or have anyone near you when you're using them. Safety first, people. So let's go ahead, cut the Amazon Prime tape. Go in. Actually, no, you never want to, take anything sharp and bring it towards you. Always point it away, so that way you do not stab yourself. At this point, you can just go ahead, snip. Okay, there we go. Let's cut the final piece of tape here. And then let's open up the box so we can get another box. What happened to bubble wrap? Where's my bubble wrap, yo? I want my bubble wrap. So anyways, here is what it looks like. The Syma X5 explores 2.4 gigahertz 4-channel remote controller quadcopter for ages 14 plus. I'm 22, so I'm qualified. 6-axis stabilization system. It even does a 360 degrees eversion. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that word right. Where basically it'll do a very fancy 360 spin of the sort, so you can even capture a 3D video effect or photo thing. I can't remember at the moment at the top of my head. The one thing I would like to point out for those of you who are interested in buying this model of a quadcopter, the Syma X5 explores 2.4 gigahertz, is that you'll note that it says HD camera. By HD, it means 1280 by 720p, not 1980 by 1280p and 60 frames per second. I noticed, on the YouTubes especially, a lot of people are now wanting to see all sorts of video content in their best HD resolution. Some people that have subscribed to me have told me they're, shall we say, HD whores. And they call themselves that, by the way, and if they're watching this, you know who you are. But anywho, let's go ahead and cut the box open here. Now, the one thing I would like to point out to you guys, let's just go ahead and put this box inside this box. So sorry about that, I had to quickly do some stuff with my camera. That's why the little hole cut and coming to a new take, whatever, kind of also cut off on me. So like I was saying, you guys, before the thing cut off, the one thing I would like to point out to you is that if you look here, your controller can easily be pulled out. Beneath it, you're going to have your charging thing, your charger, which can be plugged into a USB port, and This is the other end, the tiny connector part. We're going to get to that in a moment. This is where you will plug the battery into. Then what you're going to have with it that is taped down is you're going to have a USB port that you're going to plug your mini SD card into. And then from there you're going to plug it into your computer so you can get all your photos and videos that you recorded from your flight onto your computer. And what is also taped in is a screwdriver, obviously for a safety purpose, so you don't have a screwdriver flying all over the place, because like scissors, you don't want to get hurt. But the one thing is, when you slide this out of your box, right beneath it you're going to have the manual, which I'm going to tell you guys right now is in horribly broken, translated Chinese to English. But the one thing I would like to tell you guys also is the actual quadcopter itself is going to be strapped into the container here. So what you would want to do is flip it over, but not completely upside down, whatever, so once you undo the straps it falls right out, because that's a good way of breaking your newly acquired quadcopter. So all you gotta do is untwist these plastic little twisties, whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull them one at a time. Okay. There's actually only going to be 2 of them that you're gonna have to untwist. And they're going to be like complete opposite from each other. Well, not complete, but they're going to be across from each other, if that makes any sense. Again, you want to be very careful when taking them out so you do not rip your quadcopter's legs, arms, whatever you want to call it. Not the propellers itself, but the actual limbs of it that it is attached to. Oh, that's why you weren't going to come out. Okay. And just like that, carefully pull it out, and there you go. This is your quadcopter. So now, like what I was saying in regards to the charger part, what you're going to do is, because this is mainly like a piece of plastic, you want to carefully push down and back on the camera, and then you're going to be able to open it, okay? From here, you're going to find your battery. And if you do not have the most stable hands, you will want to find someone who does, so that way they can easily plug it into the port that'll power it, and then from there you just turn it on. And once again, you can even pull this battery out, plug it into the charger, and plug the charger into a USB port. Now, beneath the strappings on the other side here, my bad, you're going to have some replacement propellers. Obviously, because it's a beginner's model, Murphy's Law, anything that can go wrong will take an effect fairly quickly for you. And it's also, they're going to be taped in, so just be mindful of that. But I'm not going to, bother with ripping them out. Just know you're going to have an extra set of 4 individual propellers. Again, so you can replace these. Now, the one thing I'm also going to point out is, after you pull out your quadcopter, you're going to find 2 safety guards, whatever you want to call it. They are covered by a piece of plastic that is taped in. So be extremely careful when undoing the plastic and the taping part. So that way you can easily pull out these 2 safety guards that are going to go on the ends of your propellers. So in the event it's going to come towards you and you haven't mastered the ability of landing yet, you don't hit your head with your propellers, because God forbid you slice your head open. In that case, I would stop flying and probably go to a hospital. But anyway, you guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach these. Well, actually, I decided I'm going to attempt to show you how you want to actually attach these safety guards to your new quadcopter. Mainly, if you look here, ooh, is this going to zoom in? Probably not. You're going to see these 2 little pegs here. If it's not zoomed in for you guys, I apologize for that. But you're going to have 2 pegs here, and let's just move this out of the way and try and not get a shadow. right in here, you're gonna see 2 holes. Obviously, you're gonna put your pegs in there. So let's just carefully insert it into there. And then what you want to do is there's going to be a third tiny little peg right here, and you just want to push down lightly without breaking it until you hear a snap in place type of sound. Also note there will be a screw, so you may have to actually undo the screwing just a wee little bit. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Once you have attached the safety guards onto the ends of your limbs on your quadcopter, this is what it's going to look like. Now, the thing is, alright, when you first turn this on, keep in mind I have the controller turned off. If you turn on your quadcopter, you're going to see flashing lights. And it's not going to stop flashing, I'm going to turn that off now, until you turn on your controller. And here's the most important thing. This is going to be blinking as well, as should the lights beneath your quadcopter. All you're going to do is you're going to take the left switch, you're going to flip it up and down 1 time only. And then, as you see here, the light has stopped blinking. And if the quadcopter was on, the lights will have stopped blinking as well. After that, this little knob is going to increase how fast the propeller spin, which then means it's either going to go or, if you experience it like I have, the slightest little increase. I'm going to turn this off now, by the way. The slightest increase of this, and this is going to go flying upwards, and you don't want that to happen, especially if there's a tree nearby. Right here, this knob is basically going to control whether it's going to go. Pretend my hand in front of the camera is the quadcopter. Your right thumbstick, whatever you want to call it, is what's going to control it going left, right, forward, and back. Note when I said forward, I did not go upwards, because this is up and this is down. Forward meaning going away from you. Also, it is vital, crucial, essential that you have the camera on your quadcopter facing away from you, because this little lever, the left thumbstick, is going to control whether it's going to go or again, the right thumbstick controls whether it goes this left, right, up, or down. The left thumbstick is what controls the diving portion. And again, keep the camera facing away from you, so when you tell it to go left, it will go left and not go an unexpected right turn. Otherwise, this is my unboxing video and sort of a slight instructional guide to operating it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you thought this was helpful or enjoyable to watch, give this a like. If you have the same model and have any pointers for flight, leave them in the comment section for myself to read, and also new quadcopter hobbyists, whatever that term would be. Be sure to tune in to my vlog series, Vanilla's Vlog, for the aerial footage that we're going to be shooting with this little baby here. And yeah, and so until next time, peeps, this is Vanillaraccoon. Peace out.